Look what I have for you. What's that?
Wow. Lieber Hund.
My God. You look like you've had a difficult journey.
You're telling me? Herrgott, life has been hard. Ich heiße Hänselin. I'm an innkeeper, but my inn has been razed to the ground.
By Sigismund's army.
Ich weiß nicht. Möglich. We were lucky to flee before those human Schweine got there.
Yes, you were lucky. I've had some pretty bad dealings with that unholy rabble. But you'll find scum everywhere.
Yeah, the roads are full of our own countrymen who would murder you without a second thought. Scheiße.
I've killed a few of those bastards, and it hasn't bothered my conscience in any way.
Ich glaube dir. I see you have the guts for it, junger Herr.
Have you got anything to sell, Henslin?
Ja, ich hab etwas. But not much of my wares survived.
A word about the price.
Was soll's? Warum nicht? Sehr gut. I can agree to that. Aus geht's... Oh, it's just you, eh?
Here, Mutt!
Ez meg mi a faszom?
Go! Go! Quick! Quick! Oh,
What the? What? Clear off. Those are my bees. Those are my bees. The bees are mine. Mine alone.
Doors closing. Last chance.
go! 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 Whoa! Whoa!
The trip would go by faster. Come on.
Quiet down.
Come.
I've got a hell of a hangover.
Quick! Yeah! Quick! Whoa! Whoa! Ka! 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 Go! Go! Whoa!
Map.
What are you doing here?
Searching for treasure.
I was being serious.
What do you mean? I've got this here treasure map, and I'm looking for gold.
Well, don't be shy. Let me see it.
And why would I do that? So you can pinch it?
I only want to help. I know these parts. What if you're looking in the wrong place entirely?
Well, you could be right. Fuck it. Here, take a look. But give it right back. Give it back, you hear me? So, what? it gonna be?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, you've been deceived.
What?
This is no map. I've seen a fair few in my time, and this is just a bunch of scribbles.
What? But how can you tell?
Well, I thought it was odd just from the parchment it was scrawled on. It's very delicate, and the lines... It looks like no map I've ever seen. Sorry.
Fuck. You might as well keep it then.
Quick! Go!
Greetings to you.
I heard you might know something about the band of poachers hiding out in the woods. A band led by some Mach of Marshevitz. Ginger-headed.
What? Who told you such a thing?
Dobrosh, the huntsman. He sent me to track them down and get rid of them.
I see. It's about the White Roebuck. I'm surprised somebody didn't shoot it long time ago. Such a hide would fetch a king's ransom.
How come you know those poachers?
What are you trying to say? Just because I'm a knacker, don't mean I'm a poacher too, you donkey. I saw them in the village a few times trying to peddle venison. That's all.
When was the last time you saw those poachers?
Not long ago. A couple of days, I reckon. One of them was snooping around the village. The night watchman drove him off.
Do you know where their hideout is?
Maybe. What's in it for me?
What do you mean, what's in it for you? You should think of your own good. If you help me with my search, it'll be clear you had nothing to do with the poaching. But if you don't, then the Lord of Pisek could put a bounty on your head next.
Kurva. I didn't think of that. All right. I'll tell you what I know. I heard they're brothers. And they're led by that Mach fella. But they didn't look like kin to me. They surely ain't no livy livers, though. They're pretty frightening looking. Maybe that's why Dobrosh would rather sit his arse in a castle instead of searching for them in the woods.
Do you know where they're hiding?
I ain't sure. But it's definitely somewhere in the valley near the water. In the direction of Rabush. That's where they always came from. And if I was a poacher, that's where I'd be hiding.
All right. That'll help my search.
Listen, lad. I know you said you were doing this for Dobrosh, but if you find that white hide at your camp and bring it to me, I'll pay you more than that pinch purse of a huntsman. I know some people, and I'd be able to sell that thing for, well, a lot.
If I sold you that hide, it would make me a poacher too.
Nobody would find out. Anyway, think of me if you find that hide. See you later.
Quick! Easy. Nice and slow. Go! Ah! Whoa! Whoa!
How's life treating you? Not too bad.
Good doggy. Good boy. Carrots, parsley, fresh
A fine day
vegetables.
for some fine wares. Come and take your pick.
And that he was saying things.
And he was dead in the morning. Awful.
I don't like in front of him.
Look what I have for you.
Very.
Greetings, friend.
Greetings to you,
Bon
friend.
dia.
So what's it going to be? Greetings.
I apologize. Greetings to you.
Show me your wares.
I'm glad you found what you needed, sir.
What have I... Ah, good day.
The Lord be with you.
Hey, clear off, you mutt. Call that beast to heel.
Lord be with you. What do you need?
I see you're faring well. You have quite a large tavern, almost like a traveller's inn.
Thanks.
Get
I'm
out.
glad you like it here. But I have to ask you, young man,
That's what I
do you
thought.
drink?
Of course I like to drink. Drinking reasonably can do no harm.
Exactly. Drinking in small sips isn't harmful, no matter the amount. And what's your favourite, eh?
What's the
What do you
hold
drink
up?
the most?
Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain?
I like good wine most of all. A sweet Hungarian is the best.
Now. Why bother with that shit? Everyone who drinks in my place knows spirits are the best. Other drinks just make you dizzy and drive away sadness. But spirits, they heal you. And pretty much everybody will confirm this. Even our priest and Uncle Holba. And they're considered to be the greatest connoisseurs far and wide.
What do you make the spirits from?
I'll tell you, from everything that grows.
So even from mushrooms in the forest?
What now, lad? Do you know I've never thought of that before? Do you really think it would work?
I don't know. I'm no expert. It was just an idea.
Wait, but what an idea! I mostly distill fruit, and I've tried grain and flowers, but not mushrooms yet. Now why didn't I ever think of that? I'll have to talk to Uncle Holba about this.
Who is this Uncle Holber you keep speaking so highly of?
He's an old fruit grower and a good friend of mine. He once wanted to be a miller, but his mill burnt down to the ground. So he started growing everything under the sun. And today he gives me the fruit to make my spirits from. His son has already taken over the trade. But old Holba is still a highly respected person around here. He's known lots of the trees in the area since they were but a pit, an acorn or a beech nut. And today they cast a shadow that can cover a carriage with the horses.
I heard about this fella who...
I reckon you have a secret recipe to make the best spirits, eh?
You'd better believe I do. And it's a drink that will seriously even wake up a dead man. I call it my warming balm. And people come here from far away for it. And many carters from Prague even stop by.
And what is it?
Well, that's a secret. But if you don't watch out, it'll make you feel so confused, you won't know which way's up for 2 days. But if you know how to drink it, it'll warm you through, expel all the diseases out of your body, and you'll be as good as new again. Only I know this recipe. And if I can't find anyone to give this tavern to, I'll take it to the grave with me.
Why not? So what if you sold me the whole tavern?
First of all, with all due respect, you don't seem like you'd have enough money. And even if you did, I'm not ready to be put out to pasture yet. No way. This tavern is my life. I got my start here, and here's where I'll die. And when they carry me down to the cemetery, then I won't have a care in the world. I just hope they'll give me a demijohn of spirits for my journey, so I'll have something to drink up there.
I'll buy that recipe from you. What'd you say?
Not even for 1,000 piles of groschen. Warming balm, that's my pride and joy. The sun will rise in the west, and sparrows will start flying backwards before I tell you that.
Would you teach me how to make spirits?
If you're really interested, then I'm glad, and I can show you a thing or two. But if you think I'll teach you how to distill warming balm, then you're crazy. I wouldn't give up that recipe, even if the lords were stretching me on the rack.
What's going on around here?
Nothing much, fortunately. And thank God and St. John the Baptist for that. We've suffered enough in this war.
I need to stock up on supplies. Where would I find some merchants?
Well, lad, there's nothing but farmers here. Merchants only stop by once in a while. You have to go somewhere else to trade. But if you want to buy food, I'm at your service. Or you can go and see young Hulba, who lives in the village green and grows fruit and vegetables. Oh, and if you need to repair something, there is a smithy right across from them.
I need new clothes and shoes. Do you know of anyone?
The nearest tailor can be found in Miskovitz. That's the village through the forest here, halfway to Kuttenberg. And for new shoes, it's always best to go to the city.
That local blacksmith probably doesn't make armor, does he?
Nah, he certainly doesn't. He can fix pretty much anything, but otherwise he only makes tools and horseshoes. On the contrary, you can find the best smithies in the city. They flutter around the mines like flies and shit.
Where can I find a horse trader here?
Unfortunately, here in the village they only raise horses for the harness. But Hannah in Grund has nice riding horses. It's best if you go on the main road to Miskovitz, and then north through Horshan. You can't miss it. There are all these old mine shafts all over the place.
Where can I find a miller?
Not here. But down in Verklitz there are a few mills. Farmers from all over the area bring their grain there. It's quite a long way. You have to go through Bisoka and then Mesolas, which was recently burned down by Sigismund's wicked men.
Can I spend the night here? Just the one night's enough. All I need is to spend the night.
Forgive me, sir. Unless you want to sleep on the hay.
That doesn't matter. I'd even be happy to pay for that bed of hay. I'd like to learn something.
What do you want to know?
Good day to you.
Tell me the best way to get healing potions.
All right. I'll show you something. But you need time for it.
Blessings to you.
Doggy.
Good boy.
I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
I still don't know much about medicinal herbs.
Thanks. I'll teach you one trick, but it'll take time to learn it.
Can I spend the... Just the one. All I need.
But all I have...
That's enough for me. All right. I'll pay. Here's some groschen for you.
Thank you. And a good night to you, sir.
Where can I spend the night?
There's a room you can use back behind the tavern, next to the chicken coop. See you soon, my friend.
Good day to you.
Greetings to you.
Here, Mutt!
Good day.
You hear that the king himself announced that everyone... When the king commands, you obey, don't they? You didn't hear...
Quick! God! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Those must be the poachers I'm looking for. Alert!
Fuck! Another one!
No mercy!
Fuck yourself!
That's the hide. Now to bring it back to the huntsman, or to Wolfram. Here, Mutt! Go!
Leave me be! I've done nothing to you!
But I'll do something to you if you don't empty your purse. And God help you if you try to hide anything.
I got nothing to give you!
Fuck!
Help!
What do you want? You've got a lot to learn. Now that's what I call an opener. Now you're in trouble. Get you.
Gah!
This horse must have cost a pretty...
Whoa, whoa.
It happens! Just watch where you're going next time.
Christ almighty.
Someone's been pampering this horse.
Careful!
What can I do for you?
I'll have a look at your wares.
I'm glad you found what you needed, sir. How can I help you, sir?
I need to take a load off.
What'll it be this time, Henry?
I'd like to get to know one of your pretty bathmates.
Don't worry. Once my girls get their hands on you, you'll forget all your sorrows. At least for a little while.
I can't wait.
Great. But it'll cost you.
I'll gladly pay you.
You certainly won't regret it. My baths are first class.
Don't worry, lad. It happens. I'll keep it to myself. Next time, we'll take care of it right away.
Look what I have for you.
Priesen sei der Herr.
How's it going, Captain? Do you have any work for me?
Sehr interessant. I thought you were helping Shishka.
What of it? So is there anything you need a hand with, Frenzel?
Zum Glück nicht. Nothing urgent. If you're looking for einen Pfuschen, try your luck elsewhere.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Also gut. Was soll's? I can show you something. Damit wir uns verstehen. I don't like those Schwertmeister these days, who swagger around with the longsword. For me, a weapon is simply just a tool like any other. Wenn du wirklich Interesse hast, I'll show you one of my favorite blows with a mace to the chin. Was sagst du dazu?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Das ist richtig. Ehrliche Arbeit mit der Waffe. This strike is about a few hard attacks, after which you quickly swing your axe and slice with it from below. It simply sends a man flying to heaven, and then sends him straight to hell. Und jetzt, try it out a few times, junger Mann. Und? Ist doch gut, oder? May it serve you in good health, mein Freund.
There we go.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
I found the white hide.
Oh, thank God for that, at least. And what about the poachers? Did you take care of them too? Do you have their squirrel badges for me?
Aye, I've got some.
Well, that's even better news. The reward's yours. Thanks, friend. You did me a huge service.
When I talked to the knacker, he urged me to sell him the hide.
I might have known. It's good you didn't listen to him.
What are you going to do about him?
Unfortunately, wanting to get your hands on something isn't a crime. And such talk from Wolfram is no surprise. But I'll keep my eye on him. Thanks for telling me. You're an honest fella.
Glad to help.
I'd be with you.
Here, Mutt. Aye, come here. Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Go! Ja! Ja! Whoa!
Gah! Gah!
Whoa! Whoa!
At your service, sir. You silly doggy.
God be with you. What do you need? God be with you.
What are you doing here?
I reckon the harvest will be good this year.
I'd like to think so, but who knows what the summer will bring? What with the bloody war and everything.
I bought a lovely U-bow the other day for a great price.
What good's a bow to you, for God's sake? What a waste of money.
Didn't you hear that the king himself announced that everyone should have a good bow on hand?
Which king would that be?
I don't know exactly, but when the king commands, his subjects have to obey, don't they?
You didn't hear it from the trader who sold you the bow, by any chance?
Aye, come to think of it, it was him who told me. Best of luck. Take care.
Good luck to you, friend.
Good evening to you. See you later, my friend.
Onions here!
It happens. Just
God be
watch
with
where
you,
you're going
neighbour.
next time.
Good to see you. There. Feeling better already.
God be with you.
Good day to
I'll have a beer.
Yellow and red, come and buy some apples. And he was dead in the morning.
May God keep you
Everything's
healthy.
over now, is it? Apple, choose the apple. Yellow and red. Bye.
God! God! Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
Good evening. What do you need? God bless you, sir.
Good day to you, and with you. You know how I went mushroom hunting today?
Greetings. How are you?
Pleasant day.
So here you are. Do you know how long I've been looking for you? They told me you were dead.
I haven't had such a good laugh for years. You ought to see your face.
I don't find it funny. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Well, speaking of which, you're not rhyming anymore.
Because I'm not Morticius, you donkey.
What? So who are you?
I'm just a simple poet. A rambler and a wayfarer.
So you made the whole thing up?
Not all of it. Morticius was my grandfather. The poor fellow was probably bored to death in the ossuary, so he sired a bunch of babes all over this domain. Of course, as a monk. He didn't leave much of an inheritance, so all I have left of him is his old habit. But you can play some pretty good tricks with it. I got you, didn't I?
Yeah. I confess, you got me. I really believed you were a monk.
Then my act was a success. And now, thanks to us, there will be 3 lovely pyramids of bones in the ossuary. Not everyone gets to leave behind such a memorial for posterity, eh?
Yeah, that's just great. But you promised me a reward.
All right. So you don't feel like you made an ass of yourself or nothing? I'll teach you a bit about poetry. What do you say?
You silly doggy. decent men are already asleep at this hour. That is, unless you're a guard. Then you have to go check on every fool who decides to wander about on other people's property.
Right, what was that? Very odd. It must...
My God, that looks like a
Here you
bloody
go.
expensive
Take it.
horse.
How can I help you this fine morning?
What's going on around here?
Martha, the wife of our blacksmith here, came complaining a while ago. She arranged a job for her old man, but he doesn't like it. He won't even let his apprentice do it. And it's a pity you weren't here earlier. There was a fight.
Some drunks had a fight.
No, that's just the point. A bunch of brutes laid into a lad. I think they were after him. If I hadn't called the bailiff, he could have ended up a lot worse.
And you don't know why they beat him up?
You'll have to ask him yourself. He wouldn't tell me anything. He acted like nothing had happened.
And who was the lad?
A hired hand from Visoka, a village up the hill. I think his name is Pavel.
And what was the lad's name? Pavel?
Yes, Pavel. He's a hired hand in Visoka.
Thanks. Anything else?
There are also bands of vagrants wandering around here, so something will definitely happen sooner or later.
Right here?
Not yet, but people are already afraid to stick their noses out at night, especially after that fight with those blokes from Prague.
What happened?
They were acting like they owned the place, drinking and eating like pigs. Our lads told them politely to take a walk, and they did too, but not before beating our lads up like dogs. And what did the bailiff do? Not a thing. He's an old yellow belly. So now the lads are practicing fighting with their bare hands, so it won't happen again. All in secret, of course. And we're still getting robbed by that customs collector fella. The bailiff is looking for someone to get rid of this mangy bandit, but so far, to no avail. Even though there's a bounty on his head. Here and in Suchdol, by Frenzel. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. The bailiff doesn't know anything about the fights.
He suspects something. That's why he often sits in here and listens to all that's going on.
What do you have for sale?
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
What? Exactly what you meant. You'll get your money back, don't worry.
All right, all right.
I heard there's a bounty on that bandit, the collector.
Not so much on him. More like the book that he stole recently. They say it was a rare manuscript for Sedlet's monastery, which is willing to pay handsomely for it. Why do you ask?
I've already had the honor with him.
And would you help me with him? You just have to catch him and bring me that blasted book.
He's already taken care of.
Seriously?
My goodness. And do you have the book?
Local swill here.
I do. Here it is, bailiff.
Lad, you have no idea how happy you just made me. And that deserves a handsome reward. Here's what the monastery promised for the collector. And a little something extra from me.
Thanks, bailiff.
You were the only one. The only who'd drink it. All the others tossed it just from the smell of it. Don't tell me you've gone soft.
What'll it be this fine morning?
Could I take part in these fights too?
But of course. My son runs them. He's the strongest one here, and he loves to brag about it. I can't listen to it anymore. If you beat that lout, I'll give you something on the tavern's tab. What do you say?
Why not try it? I'm in. We can start right away.
Shh! The bailiff is sitting over there listening to everything. When he's gone, you can fight all you want.
Are you the bailiff?
Aye, that's me.
Rice! Hold up.
Have you heard about that secret fight club?
Perhaps you should tell me what you know about it. And fast.
I just overheard something. That's all.
It better be. Well, if you were to overhear anything else, let me know. I'd like to nip it in the bud.
You're drooling all over them. Good Lord gave me eyes, so I used them. Is that such a sin?
Aye, thou shalt not covet the titties of your neighbour's daughter.
Hurry! They're fighting in front of your offices.
Who's fighting there? And why aren't the guards doing anything?
They're fighting amongst themselves.
God damn it. I can't even drink a beer in peace here.
What will it be?
Tell me, where can I find the rest of the fighters?
They meet in the pen behind the inn, so they won't be seen. Tell them I sent you, but don't let the bailiff catch you. He'd give you a hard time, and me too.
I know about your son already, but tell me about the others.
They're hired hands, just like him. Venza is the son of a farmer, and Pascal is from the blacksmiths.
I'm certain I'll get on with Pascal. We're in the same trade.
You're a blacksmith too? Well, that'll be a right hammering then.
Thanks. That'll be all. I heard about the local fight club. You're one of the members, aren't you?
If you have to ask. But if you don't plan on taking part, don't even ask. We don't need any gawkers.
Who said I'm a gawker? I signed up with the innkeeper. I'll beat you one by one and leave you in a pile. You'll see.
That may be so, but you'll have to beat me first.
Should we go and bash each other's teeth in?
Why wouldn't we? How about a little wager to spice things up, eh?
That sounds good. Here you are.
Now that's more interesting. So, on guard!
Well, you surprised me.
It was a good fight. Thanks for it.
You gave me a proper thrashing. But Pascal will straighten you out. You deserve this, though. All right?
You know it. Thanks.
Good day.
Did you...
What brought you to fighting?
Well, I don't rightly know. It seems better than drinking or whoring around to me.
Why do I get the feeling your heart's not really into these fights?
It's true. Marcus says we're doing this so we defend ourselves, in case someone came around causing problems. But it seems to me he's doing it more for fun and money from the bets.
Oh, so girls and drinking aren't your thing?
Not really. I'm happier at the forge.
The bailiff doesn't like the fighting much. Why don't you just stop fighting?
I'd stop going right away. But Marcus always drags us into it. And if someone doesn't feel like it, he tells everyone what a chicken he is.
Oh, you're just asking for trouble.
Do you think so? Try to tell Marcus that. It's all his idea anyway.
Should we fight?
That's why you're here, isn't it? Now we just need to bet.
Here it is.
Thanks. Now let's see some teeth flying.
Take!
Good doggy. Good boy.
Well, I can see I'm better off use at the forge.
Oh, come on. You're strong. The rest can be learned.
Here you go. I hope it comes in handy.
What's the hold-up, innkeeper?
A tankard of ale, thanks.
What does the innkeeper say about these fights of yours?
Not much. Why do you ask?
He's afraid you'll get into trouble. You beat the wrong bloke just once, and that's it.
What do you know about it?
I once fought with a nobleman.
No bloody way. And how did you enjoy the pillory? Did they give you a proper whipping?
I swear, it's true. And the punishment I got was far worse. I'm still acting as a squire for that whelp.
At least you have a story to tell in the tavern. Not everyone can boast that.
Shall we fight?
No need to ask twice. And how about a bet? What do you say?
I agree. Here you go.
I'll take it. Now say a prayer, and let's get at it. Don't laugh too hard, or what the... Keep flopping around. It's not going to help you. Useless! Good fight. Where'd you learn that?
I learn from experience. It hurts, sometimes a lot. But it keeps you on your toes at least.
Aye, I get you. I concede. Here you go. And don't forget to go and see Father. He always has some kind of reward for the best fighter.
I'm hungry. What are you here for, friend?
I defeated your fighters.
I heard. Your reward is well deserved. Oh, And by the way, the hired hands in Horshan also enjoy similar pastimes. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard there's some dive in Kuttenberg where people batter each other, just for coin. Disgraceful.
I agree. Maybe I'll see it with my own two eyes someday.
God be with
Heal!
Ah, good day.
Here you go. Take it.
At your service, sir.
Die! Go! Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Are you looking for something? God be with you.
Why do you live so far away from the village?
I lived here with my husband. May he rest in peace. Peter worked in the forest. We moved around a lot. And when he died, I stayed here. Folks from Miskovitz know me and come to see me. I've got everything I need here.
You said your husband worked in the forest?
Aye. I suppose it doesn't matter now if I tell you. Peter was a poacher. And that's what cost him his life in the end. He was caught and hanged on Dead Man's Hill outside Kuttenberg.
What do the locals need your help with?
I know about herbs and decoctions. I'm not a priest, but I can take care of the sick and the wounded. And there's no shortage of them these days. The soldiers who came here take whatever they want. And it's the common folk who suffer most.
Wouldn't you rather live in the village?
I'd rather be alone, where I lived with Peter, than somewhere else. But just as alone. Care now.
Quick! Quick! Die!
This horse must have... Give me back!
Whoa!
Gaffer, you piece of shits.
Give it to me.
What's going on?
They took the treats our gaffer brought us from the market.
Trees?
Honey cakes.
We didn't pilfer anything from you. It was us the gaffer brought them for.
But he always buys 3 for us to share.
We had to do everything ourselves because you overslept. So nothing for you.
It's your fault you didn't wake me up. On purpose.
Stop squabbling, or I'll give you all what for. You're supposed to be learning a trade, not fighting over treats. Forget the cakes and get on with your work, or I'll fetch your master.
I'm not fighting over anything.
Let's go.
Hey, what about my cake?
I sod the cake. Do some work before the 3 of you get into trouble.
Oh, all right then.
That'll teach him.
Stop now, for God's sake. Just hope we don't get into any more trouble.
Suckling pigs here. Come and buy a suckling pig. Greetings. What do you need?
I'll have a look at the wares.
Thank you, sir. Come again.
Vegetables, mushrooms. I have to do everything here myself. Greetings to you.
You look troubled. Is there anything I can help you with?
You're very kind, but I need someone who knows their way around a smithy. I need to get a few horseshoes made and deliver them. They were supposed to be done yesterday.
Well, why don't you ask the blacksmith? It's his job, after all.
It's not so simple. The horseshoes are for the soldiers camped on the hill, and my Marosh, well, he sees them as traitors who are conspiring with foreign scum.
I see. You don't agree?
Young fella, if I was choosy about who I sell things to, I wouldn't have a groschen to my name. These are troubled times, and my husband doesn't understand that pride won't fill your stomach.
Well, making horseshoes is no great art. Can't your apprentice do it?
Our Pascal, my old man's forbidden it. Whenever a soldier comes here to the forge, Maroche sends Pascal packing. He messed up once. If he broke the rules again, he'd probably have to find another trade.
Oh, great. It just so happens I'm a blacksmith, and I'd be glad to help you.
Really? Oh, then you've been sent from heaven.
So, how many of those horseshoes do you need?
Well, if you manage to make horseshoes for 2 horses, I'd be forever grateful to you. I'll pay, of course. Farewell, sir.
Martha asked me to help with those horseshoes for the soldiers from the camp.
Right. The blacksmith said they were here again. He always sends me home when they show up here, so they don't see me.
Why?
Once a band of Pragas were causing trouble in the tavern, and we stepped in to break things up, and they attacked us. So they say it'd be better if I didn't show my face around them. As if we'd mix it up again. Be with you, good sir.
God bless.
What's new around here, blacksmith?
Nothing much. If you're looking for a job, try your luck elsewhere.
Martha says she needs to have something forged.
Let me guess. Horseshoes for that rabble from the camp, eh? God damn it. I'd rather go broke than do anything for that lot.
So there's a military camp on the other side of the hill here. But that doesn't mean you'll lose your livelihood. You have a wife, a farm, and an apprentice on top of it. I'm sure you can use every groschen.
Well, there's some truth to that. But how would I look? A band of those Pragas beat up our boys in the tavern. Even Pascal got a pasting.
Then I'll forge them. At least you'll have a clear conscience.
Well, all right then.
What about the materials? If those horseshoes are needed in a hurry, I don't want to waste time scavenging for iron.
Indeed. Here you go. That should do for 2 sets. What a day. You have a kind master, eh, mutt?
I've almost got it done.
Christ almighty.
And that's that. And that's that. Here are those horseshoes. 2 sets, just as we agreed.
Let's see them then. These will do just fine. Such a young, hard-working, talented fella you are. Too bad I'm not a few years younger.
You mentioned something about payment?
Here you go. You won't buy a castle for it, but good work calls for good pay. Now, someone just needs to bring the horseshoes to Victoria. Would you do that for me? This backache of mine.
Who's this Victoria?
A girl from the village. She's a bit different. But deep down, a good girl.
Different? What do you mean?
She's had a hard life. Her husband died of the plague a while back, and now she's all alone. She does odd jobs for the villagers here to make a living. Sometimes I send her up to the soldiers with our goods. Why would I drag myself up that hill when she's got young legs and likes going up there anyway?
Fine. Which house does she live in?
It's not far at all. Just cross the stream and you're there. See you later, my friend.
Victoria, I bought you horseshoes from Martha. Victoria? Are you here? Christ, so much blood. What happened here? I have to tell Martha. I brought Victoria those horseshoes, and I think something's happened to her.
What? What do you mean?
The house was empty, and in the hearth room next to the bed, I found a puddle of blood. It hadn't even dried yet.
Jesus Christ! What if she's been... No!
It might not be too late. Do you have any idea where she could be?
I don't know. Really? Oh, how horrible!
Did Victoria have problems with anyone from the village? Did anyone want to hurt her?
No, definitely not. Good God, she was... I mean, she is a good girl. Although...
Can you think of anyone?
Sometimes there's talk about how she lives alone and how she makes her living.
Why would anyone be bothered about how Victoria makes her living? As long as she's not stealing, she can do whatever she wants, right?
Well, not everyone was happy that she brings our goods up to the camp. Once, someone even drew something very ugly on our door because of it. But what's that poor girl supposed to do without a man? There's a war, and we all need to make a living somehow.
Who did she go and see at the camp? Who might know more about her?
Mainly their blacksmith. She brings goods up there every 2 or 3 days. He's certain to remember her. So tell them at the gate that you're bringing something from the smithy. They'll let you in.
Who's bothered by her living alone? Whose business is that?
Things are a little different, you see. She lost her husband some time ago. A young widow, actually. A pretty young widow. Naturally, a few fellas were fawning over her. There was one in particular, but he got the boot, just like all the others. But he'd never hurt her. He might be a loudmouth, but he's harmless.
Who's this mystery man, then?
I won't say. If word got out that I accused someone, we might as well just close up shop here.
I'm not about to go blabbing about it in the tavern. I just need to know where to start looking for Victoria.
Fine. But you didn't hear this from me. Farmer Kuba was pretty keen on her. And he wasn't going to give up easy. Last time, he tried to flatter her by giving her a headscarf. But Victoria knew it had belonged to his dead wife. So she told him to sod off. The whole village was laughing at him. He's a bitter old man. But would he hurt her? I don't think so.
Huh? Jealousy's a powerful thing, though.
Well, that's true, too. So go and ask him yourself. He lives with his children and his housekeeper in that big house behind the smithy. He's always wearing a bright red coat and a hat with a feather in it. You're certain not to miss him, but not a peep about what I told you.
Don't worry. I'll take that secret to the grave. Is there anything else you can think of before I go?
I've already told you everything I know. Now hurry up!
Greetings, sir.
Greetings.
You're Cuba, the farmer, right?
Aye, I am. What do you want?
I'm looking for Victoria, and I thought you might know where to find her.
Why should I, of all people, know?
I hear you were quite fond of her.
Who told you that, eh?
But she sent you packing. In front of half the village.
Birds have been twittering, have they? Her husband wasn't the only one taken by the Black Death. I lost my wife, too. So I thought to myself, enough time has passed, and two can live better than one. I tried. She wasn't interested. End of story. I've no idea what she's up to now, and I don't care.
Does she have friends here? Who does she talk with in the village?
Mainly with Martha, the blacksmith's wife. But all she did was use Victoria to do her dirty work.
Well, I've spoken to Martha, and it seems she's genuinely worried about Victoria.
Worried about her? Why?
Victoria's missing. And there's a puddle of blood at her house.
I reckon someone was jealous of them soldiers she hangs around with. What's that got to do with me?
You can't be serious. She could be injured somewhere, or even worse. And you're glad?
What goes around comes around. I have a clean conscience. To hell with that silly goose.
Someone ought to teach you manners.
You'll regret that. Now you're gonna get it. Ah. I'll rip your arse out! Good man,
I'll hammer some manners into you!
I've been waiting for you. Shame on you.
You're done here, you crook.
That hit home. You want to try me?
We're gonna get you, you Harson! Show your stuff! Ha!
Sakra! You're better than I thought! What the fuck do you want?
Next time you'll think twice about using such nasty language.
Yeah, just leave me alone. And I really don't know anything about Victoria. Maybe she just decided village life wasn't for her, so she took off with her soldier.
What soldier? You telling me this now?
I heard someone came across her up there in the forest while she was having a rendezvous with some fella from the camp. But I really don't know anything else.
All right. I'll ask in the camp then.
So, you wanted to fight, eh? Pay up! Or I'll show you what we do with scum like you!
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Very well. And don't let it happen again.
Hang him!
Get out of here.
Stop that whistling.
Go! Ja! Go! Quick! Quick! Go! Ja! Quick! Whoa!
Oi! You! Come here! Where do you think you're going?
Into the camp, of course.
Oh, aye. They can't wait to see you. Look here. No strangers are allowed in, so turn around and sod off back to the pile of dung you crawled out of.
The Miskovitz blacksmith sent me with some horseshoes. He said they'd come in handy in the camp.
All right, you can go in, but no messing about.
Good afternoon, sir.
Show me your wares.
Well, I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir. What do you need, Buck?
What brings you here?
God bless you, sir.
Would you help me out? I'm looking for someone.
That depends. Who are you looking for?
Victoria. A girl from Miskovitz. They send her up here with goods from the smithy.
You'll have to ask the blacksmith. The smithy is opposite the entrance in the upper part of the camp. If you don't see it, you'll hear it at least. You can't miss the banging of the hammer.
Thanks a lot. I'll ask him.
Here, friend.
G'day. G'day.
Good afternoon.
What do you have for sale?
Thank you, sir. Come again. What do you need, sir?
Does the name Victoria mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
She's a girl from Miskovitz. I heard she comes up here to sell things.
Ah, I know who you mean. Aye. There's a girl who shows up here every now and again. I'm no good with names, but Victoria sounds familiar.
Who did she know best around here?
She got along with the merchants, but I'd say she fancied Black the most.
Who?
A soldier from the provisioning unit. I'd say her business dealings were more of an excuse to meet with him.
Where can I find this soldier Black?
He's lying in the infirmary. He's got gut ache, and you can hear him howling halfway across the camp.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him. Are you the one they call Black?
I'm more like green just now.
But I need to talk to you.
And I need something for the pain. Can't you see I'm barely breathing here? Carver, I feel like I'll burst.
Tell me exactly what's wrong with you.
My belly hurts. It's killing me. It's as if I'll burst at any moment, or give birth to a calf. It's from the fucking pig swill they give us to eat here.
Maybe. Does it hurt when I press here?
Yes! I feel it here. Here. Oh!
It's no wonder. Your stomach's blown up like a bellows. You must have eaten something really bad.
We put some mushrooms someone found in the woods into the stew. Oh. Fuck.
It's obvious. You've eaten poisonous mushrooms. If you want relief, you need an antidote. The sooner the better.
But I can barely move. Oh, please. Bring it here to me.
I have something for you that should work. Drink it.
Well, do you have anything or not?
I have...
Thank you. Oh, I can feel it bubbling and gurgling inside me.
Well, are you better now?
Not yet.
No. To look at you, I'd say you're as fit as a fiddle. You're not as white as you were, Black.
I still feel like I got run over by a team of oxen, though. It'll be all right once I get a good meal in me. So, what did you want?
It's about Victoria, the girl from Miskovitz.
Christ almighty. That woman won't leave me alone. Now she sent someone to try and change my mind?
Well, I didn't come to change your mind. Why would I do that?
Well, she's tried practically everything. Complaining, screeching, threats, tears, but none of it worked.
And what was she trying to achieve?
Look, we had a bit of fun once or twice, but that was it. She just didn't get it.
But Victoria's missing. Her house is empty, and no one knows where she's gone.
What do you mean she's missing? Wait. Seriously?
As if the earth opened up and swallowed her. Seeing as you two used to meet up, you might have some idea where to look for her.
She didn't tell anyone? Not even the blacksmith's wife?
There was a pool of blood on the floor. I was shocked when I went into the hearth room.
She often said she didn't know what she'd do if I left. But I thought it was just the kind of thing girls say.
Well, what were you expecting? She's already in a tough situation, and you just made it worse. Get off your ass and do something.
I can't just prance right out of the camp. Unlike you. Not far from here to the east, there's a spot we used to meet. A small clearing in the forest, where there's a pair of big birches. She might be there.
Good. I'll look there. But I'm doing it for her, not for you. Got it?
I know. But bring her a message from me. Tell her she's a stupid cow. I didn't force her to do anything, and now she's crying over spilt milk.
You're not a man. Hell, you're not even a human being. Maybe just a sack of shit without a grain of responsibility in you.
But...
Listen, and listen good, you pustule. Either you get yourself together and take care of that girl, or I'll see to it that your little bellyache will be the least of your worries.
All right. Don't get so carried away, I'll do it.
Damn right.
I feel much better.
Christ almighty. Are you all right, sir?
Here we go again.
It's just that you look...
Muscular, wise, wealthy.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know what you meant. I have had this conversation at least 100 times. Have you never heard of Prester John or the Christian Kingdom of Axum?
Yes. Our parish priest talked about that.
Tell me then, how the people in those stories are described. Not exactly like you. Am I right?
But I thought that was just...
So you see, it is not. Musa of Mali is my name. Scholar, explorer, and physician. I run the camp infirmary.
my name is Henry, sir.
Welcome then, Henry. Do you need anything?
You said you're an explorer?
I did indeed. From Timbuktu, I went to Holy Mecca. From the Emirate of Granada to Venice. And from there to the court of Sultan Bayezid of the Osmans. Until I ended up at the court of King Sigismund.
Where is this Mali? And what's it like?
Similar to your country, yet completely different. You mine silver, we gold. But in our country, it would never happen that we allow foreigners into our mines. Overall, it is safer in our country. Nobody will waylay you on your journey. And we treat women with greater respect and set great store by learning.
That's not all that bad here, though, is it?
I admit that there are some things I envy you for. Like what you can do with stone.
What is Mecca like? I've heard people from all over the world go there.
Mainly followers of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Praise be his name. But the journey is dangerous. I was robbed and arrived in the city as a pauper. Fortunately, I was helped by a couple of my compatriots. But even so, I did not spend long there. Let us say that I was foolish then, and foreign customs took me by surprise. I went to Cairo, where I learned geography and law, so that I would be better prepared the next time. But I never went back to Mecca.
Why not?
I would rather not talk about this, my friend. All I can say is that there are a few rich men and their beautiful wives who I do not want to meet again.
You were in Granada? Where is that?
Go west from here until you reach the sea. Then south to a place called Peninsula Iberica. But I would not go there if I were you. The magnificent Alhambra Palace is forbidden to Christians like you. It is a pity in any case. Such a beautiful and rich country, yet bathed in so much blood.
Blood?
Yes. Sultan Muhammad must constantly repel attacks from the north. That is why I started studying physics, in fact. I wanted to make an impression on the Sultan because swords and cannons are not for me. Let others cut off heads. I can sew them back on again.
Where is Venice, in fact?
You do not know, my friend? Educate yourself a little. It is not far from here, on the other side of the Alps. Remember that learning is like a garden. If you do not tend it, it cannot bear fruit. Venice is an incredible city that floats on the sea, like a huge stone ship. People from all over the world go there to trade. I helped them as a translator, especially for Christian envoys from Ethiopia on a pilgrimage to Rome. If only you could have seen their glorious arrival in the city. Their procession stretched from the port to the city center, and they had live leopards as a gift for the king of Venice. But I did not stay long. I, who was accustomed to the Sultan's court, being asked to live among sailors? Out of the question.
How did you come to be with the Osmans?
By complete chance. In Venice, I joined an expedition that was heading to India, but we were attacked by pirates. Fortunately, I was saved by Sultan Bayezid's warship, though it did not seem like good fortune at the time. You must understand that there are not many of my countrymen among the Osmans. The last time was probably in the days of Mansa Musa. But the Sultan soon found out that I had lived among Europeans, and I could talk to all the envoys who came to him. So I became useful.
So why didn't you stay there?
Because we were about to be overwhelmed by the Golden Horde, led by the butcher named Timur. I had quite enough of war in Granada. So when envoys from Hungary came to the Sultan, I managed to persuade them to take me away with them.
What's Sigismund's court like?
I would also like to know that, my friend. But I am stuck here. One would think that the king would value physicians and sages who have traveled the world. But no. He did not even make me his personal physician. He prefers to trust your quacks and sent me here.
It's reckless to speak about Sigismund like that.
I do not think so, my friend, since it is unlikely you will ever get a chance to complain to him.
And how do you like Bohemia?
Do you want to hear the truth, or should I praise it to high heaven?
The truth. You don't need to spare my feelings.
Then, all I can say is that this muddy hill is about the only thing I have seen of your country, and that has not made much of an impression on me. But there is still time. Perhaps I will have the good fortune to see more beautiful sights.
Why did you leave your country of birth?
That is a very personal question, and we are not that well acquainted yet. Forgive me, but I would rather not talk about it. Not now, at least.
I'm new to the camp. Could you show me around? If you don't have too much work, that is.
Well, I suppose it will be all right, if I am not here for a while. At least I can practice your language. You use some strange phrases, you know? But that does not matter now. Let us go.
Here, Mutt!
So, as you have no doubt realized, this is my infirmary. One part for operating on the wounded, another for the sick, my alchemist bench, a tub of water. Nothing out of the ordinary. Come on. Let us walk outside. I am sorry that I cannot show you more, but I am sure you understand that there is not much to see. One is almost ashamed to call it an infirmary. Do you not think?
That's true. I thought King Sigismund would take better care of his wounded men.
Unfortunately for them, my friend, I suppose he has bigger problems than keeping his army healthy and fighting fit.
It's lucky he sent an expert like you here, though.
Was that praise or an insult? I cannot tell. I do not think it fortunate in any case. Someone with my knowledge, and all I do is treat diarrhea and broken bones.
I'm sorry. No, of course. What else should a sore bones do?
My friend, the human body contains so much beauty and so many secrets that we could explore. So why do we spend so much time on the quality of defecation? Think about it. Though it is true that you do not seem to be any great sage, I suppose you do not know what a real infirmary should look like. But do not worry. There are more cheerful places in the camp. I am sure something will take your fancy. This part of the camp is mainly for humans. So if you are looking for one, he will be either here or near the bathhouse. We will take a look there too. Do not worry. Over there is the pen where they used to have tournaments, until the captains banned them. But that is a long story. Speak.
I'm sorry.
Careful.
Good to see you.
Greetings.
Gentle and well formed. Enough to turn even an honest man's head. But under this pretty skin there's a devil who only cares for trinkets and finery and thinks nothing of stealing or whoring together. And don't think this one or that one.
And over there is our bathhouse. It is not a sight for sore eyes, my friend. I mean, the women, of course. Not this filthy place. Ah, a man should keep reminding himself that zina, what you call fornication, is a shameful deed, opening the road to other evils. By the way, what about you and women, my friend?
Well,
You
there's
silly
one here
doggy.
I think about. But I'd rather not talk about that.
Why? Are you afraid that I will steal her from you?
No, it's not that, but... Well, I'm still not sure if she likes me as much as I like her.
I am sure she does. You will see. That is the way of the world. Our Lord Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, creates us in pairs and grants us love in our hearts, so that we may love another.
So are you married, sir? Since you say how wonderful it is.
No, not yet. What woman would want to spend her life traveling? Even me. But being single does not permit sinning with any girl who takes your fancy.
Oh,
Remember that. Fortunately, a man can help himself in his hour of need. At least if he thereby prevents a worse sin. By the way, your chosen one. Is she pretty?
So beautiful you can't help but stare.
All the more reason to marry her before someone else does. So, in this part of the camp, you see the tents of various mercenaries from Germany, Poland, Hungary. In short, everyone who came to fill their pockets. You can have items repaired by the smith, and if you're hungry, the kitchen is over there. The food will please you more than me, I think. Treating meat in that way. I simply cannot eat it. Do you know where the food is truly great? In Granada. So much fruit, sweet pastries,
I'm
fish.
sorry.
In one banquet, the cooks use more spices than your entire country in a year.
You've been to Granada?
In the court of Sultan Muhammad VII himself. That is where I became a physician. That was when Granada was attacked by Martin Yanez de la Barbuda. And I did not want to die in some battle. So I found a safer way to be useful. You know, I have done a lot of traveling, my friend. From Timbuktu to Mecca. And from Granada to Venice. And now, here. But nowhere has the food been worse than here.
Oh, what do you dislike about the food here so much?
I hope I have not offended you. It is not your fault, really. How can a cook make something good when no pepper, cinnamon, or grains of paradise grow here? But your country is beautiful, all the same. And up here is where Katz's company of Parge artillerymen are billeted. To the great displeasure of everyone else in the camp, I must say. You can see why. It is the best spot, right next to the captains. And when it rains, all the filth runs downhill to the Cumans and mercenaries areas. Here is the pillory. May Allah, the compassionate, ensure you never end up in it. And if you go around the hill, you will come to the camp shooting range. I recommend visiting it. The Cumans must be born with a bow in their hands. But I will not escort you that far, my friend. I do not like to leave the infirmary unattended for long. Alaka Anben.
My humble respects.
I heard you have some work for a blacksmith.
That I do. But you'd have to manage more than pounding iron with a hammer. How important is it for you when working to not get dirty?
That doesn't sound exactly honourable to me.
Yeah, it is handsomely paid. Let's cut to the chase then. I need you to bring me something, so that the owner of that thing does not notice you have borrowed it. Interested?
I think I'll rather stick with honest blacksmithing.
As you wish. But if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Take care, sir.
My God. Why are you all covered in blood? What do you want?
What's a priest doing in a military camp?
Whatever he can, my son. Whatever he can.
Do you serve Mass like other priests?
I serve Mass and give blessings just like my brothers in churches and parishes. I can also officiate at marriages and administer last rites. I reckon you can guess which is more common here.
Do you care for the wounded? Priests and monks do that sometimes, don't they?
Nothing like that. We have blacksmiths and bathmaids for that here. And if something happens to the nobles, we have good surgeons. And then there's that learned foreigner. Bah!
Who's the foreigner?
His name is Musa, and he says he comes ex-Africa. You can't miss him. He's as different from us as a man can be.
Does something seem strange about him to you?
That foreigner may understand medicine, but he worships a foreign god. He prays to him on the ground several times a day. He doesn't drink ale, only rarely eats meat, yet he can't keep his eyes off our women.
Do you take part in the fighting?
Vivere militare est. But no, I'm a chaplain, not a warrior. But no matter if you're a beggar or a lord, there's no way to escape the horrors. And in a place like this, it's easy for people to forget about God, or at least start to doubt.
Do you serve King Sigismund directly?
I serve our Lord, but the king sometimes calls on me for confession.
What could the king possibly have to confess?
You don't actually expect me to tell you that, do you? That's between me, the king, et Domine Noster. God be with you.
Here you go. Take it.
Get out!
Mutt!
Sod off! Call it. That's more like it. That mangy mutt.
Here, Mutt!
Oh, corso puffato!
Ka! Quick!
I shall kiss your cheek so mild, and your tender little head. Rest thee here beneath the trees. Rest thee here among the leaves, where bird song calls you to bed. Why, my darling little one, has your mother left and gone, ne'er to hold you in her arms? Her soul wanders far from here, far from all she once held dear, from all earthly good and harm. Hush, my darling little child, forever shall you close your eyes. Daughter mine, you'll never be. Angels bathed in heavenly light, and the demons on the night soon shall come for you and me.
You're Victoria, right?
And who are you?
No one important. Well, it all started like this. I was supposed to bring you some horseshoes, but then...
I'm not interested in any damn horseshoes.
Wait, though. In short, I'm Henry. Black sent me to talk to you. Oh, and so did Martha from Miskovitz. They're worried something happened to you because you vanished all of a sudden. I'll accompany you back home. All right?
I don't want to go back there. Nothing good ever happened to me in that house. I want to stay with my Black. Where is he? Why didn't he come himself?
Because he's lying in the infirmary. But you don't need to worry. He'll be all right soon. I know what happened to you. I was at your house and saw... well, everything. I'm sorry, but this is no solution.
You have no idea what's going on. You don't know me at all.
Then tell me what happened. Maybe I can help you somehow. After all, talking about it will help you feel better. Things aren't as bad as they seem.
Well, you already know that me and Black used to meet. But he changes his mind like the wind. First he says he wants to be with me, then that he's a soldier of the king and serving him as his priority. There's gossip in the village that I'm the camp whore who'll sleep with anyone for a handful of grain. Whenever I left to go up there, they'd shout at me not to come back. And then I found out that I'm with child.
And that blood on the floor in your house?
I was desperate. I picked some herbs to make a decoction to get rid of it, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I said to myself, I'd rather die with my child than kill it and go on living.
And Black is the father of your child?
Of course. The villagers think I sleep with half the camp, but it can't be anyone else's but his, as God is my witness.
So you cut yourself?
Yes, with a knife. I cut myself once or twice, but once I felt the pain and saw the blood, I came to my senses. I wiped off the blood with an apron and my skirt, but it was everywhere. I couldn't bear to look at it, so I ran away. Here.
Thanks for confiding in me. You've had a difficult time.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Please tell me what you know about my Black.
I'm sorry, but wait just a while longer. I'll be back soon.
What? Are you kidding me?
I won't be long. I'm sorry. I'm back now. Where were we?
I won't wait any longer. Tell me, what did my Black say to you?
You know what would be best? If you just forgot about Black and everything that happened between you two.
Seriously? Why?
Because he might have promised you the moon, but all he really wanted to do was have a bit of fun. He told me himself he's not interested in you.
What? But...
Well, you're not going to let this destroy you, are you? He's just scum.
You might be right. I've already lost one man. I'm not going to cry over another who doesn't even deserve it. For a while, I started to believe I'd no longer have to live hand to mouth, to do the worst work imaginable just to get a few crumbs. And now I should settle for one of those village donkeys. I can barely feed myself, let alone anyone else.
Don't take this the wrong way, but maybe it'd be best if you simply left the village. There's nothing keeping you there.
But I don't have anywhere else to go.
I might know of a place.
Oh? Where would that be?
Not far from here is a tavern. It's called the Devil's Den. I'm sure they'd find work for you there, and nobody will be interested in your history.
I've heard of that place, and what I've heard wasn't very nice. Thieves and poachers hang out there.
Well, it's not a place fit for a royal banquet, but if you weren't afraid in a camp full of soldiers, you'll be fine there. All they'll want you to do is serve cold beer and hot food. You just have to be a little careful. Don't let them push you around, and you'll be in no danger.
I know how to put my foot down. I'm not afraid of hard work. And right now, some hot food and a dry place to sleep are all I need to be happy.
So you don't want to go back to Miskovitz?
Just once, for the last time. I'll get a few things, and once a wagon goes by, I'll take a ride to the Devil's Den. And when the baby arrives, well, we'll make do somehow.
I'm glad to hear that. Good luck, Victoria. Quick! Go! God! Go! Whoa! Whoa!
braver Köter. Ganz brav. Servus, guter Mann. What can I do for you?
We know each other, don't we? We met at Trotsky.
Oh ja, du hast recht. You are Henry, Lord Capen's man. Seltsamer Zufall. The last time I saw you, we were ambushed in that fucking ravine.
You survived the attack. A lot of people didn't make it out of there.
Genau. Wirklich terrible it was, but I survived. With a bruise or two and a concussion. Unfortunately, the other fellows I was with were not so lucky. Now our village has only sorrowful mothers, widows und Waisen.
Where are you headed now?
Duty calls, for I am still the magistrate in unserem Dorf.
And your lord is still Otto von Berghoff?
Ja, natürlich. And that verdammte tragedy of Nabokov has me busy dealing with the inheritance left by the poor souls who fell there.
It sounds urgent. If you have to deal with it when the gravediggers barely buried the last of them.
Well, there is no one to do it for me. The scribe is crippled, and both of my servants are dead. And worse, I can forget about riding for a while. That bastard who knocked me down broke 2 of my ribs. Ja, diese verdammte Schlucht. Und was ist mit dir, Mann? I heard they hounded you through the woods like vermin. Von Bergo has got it in for you, they say. Is that true?
If you really want to know, Bailiff, von Bergov's a lying bastard who betrayed us. And not only us, the traitor has King Wenceslas imprisoned in Vienna.
And why are you telling me this?
Because we are on different sides in this war, and we could just as well beat each other to a pulp, Bailiff. But there's no sense in you taking needless risks for a lord who left your village full of widows and orphans.
I lost many good men there. And perhaps the blame lies with him. Schön. I will pretend I heard nothing, and we can go our separate ways. Mögen sich unsere Wege hiermit trennen. Excuse me?
Good afternoon, sir.
I spoke with Victoria. She's all right.
Really? Praise be to God. I'll go and see her as soon as I can. Come back later, lad. Some things need time. Apple!
You are a kind master, eh?
Greetings to you. How can I help?
What's going on around here?
I haven't heard about anything. And you won't find any work with me either.
Where can I spend the night?
Behind the tavern. There's a shed next to the barn. You can sleep there.
That can happen. My younger brother was as hairy as Esau when he was born, but the baby will